football team, Greg Shelton Field. Your Wildcats are hosting the Rebels of Todd County Central tonight on what is yet another night of anticipation of weather. That's right, folks. It's pretty windy out there, but I'm not too concerned for now because we don't have anything in the forecast that's too severe, I don't believe. So we'll try to get this ball game in tonight if we can. And if we can get what we got in on Friday night, we can hopefully get things done tonight. Now, Wildcats record thus far on the season is 13-9 after a win this weekend, an 8-3 win over Owensboro. Freshman Cooper Snapper threw 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on 7 hits while striking out 4 and walking 3.
Pretty darn good. To the end, they got tired. Lane finished.
I do believe we are having a little bit of problem. Give me just 1 second with our technical difficulty.
Let's put up 2.
All right. How about now? Hopefully we've got this thing fixed up a little bit better. I do hear myself a whole lot better. I had something plugged in incorrectly, so if you are with us, I'm just actually going to start over. I do apologize for any mix-up there that we had with our technical difficulty. That was solely on my end. My apologies. Now, let's just start over. Welcome in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for all of the best country music and the Will Cody in the Morning Show. Bringing you all the news in and around Franklin and Simpson County. My name is Cody Shula. I'll be with you for our game today that's getting ready to get kicked off here shortly, about 15 minutes here at home. Franklin Simpson High School baseball team, Greg Shelton Field. Wildcats are hosting the Rebels in Todd County Central tonight on what is yet another night of anticipation of weather. That's right, nothing too severe in the forecast though, just pretty windy out there. The Wildcats record thus far on the season is 13-9 after a win this weekend, 8-3. Shout out freshman Cooper Stout, still the coolest name in basketball. He threw 6 innings and gave up 3 runs on 7 hits while striking out 4 and walking 3. Fellow freshman Owen Lockley went 2 for 4 with 2 RBI from the batter's box to keep things moving at the plate. And Braylon Turner, Brady Dill, Carson Kelly, Colton Turner, and Hendrick Blankenberg all also recorded hits in this matchup to help get the Wildcats the win, a much-needed bounce-back win after the marathon 3+ hour rain game on Friday night here at Franklin Simpson High School. Speaking of that game on Friday night, let's do a quick recap because if I spend too much time on
they play bowling.
I would probably, my head would explode if I'm being quite honest with you. Your Wildcats came out firing, and the game almost felt boring through 5 innings of work. And I think the rain had everyone probably on the sleepy side of things. I thought that we would get things canceled multiple times.
For tonight's varsity baseball game between the Rebels of Todd County Central and your Franklin Simpson Wildcats. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting team, Todd County Central Rebels.
To make it a 6-4 lead.
On the mound, number 1, Connor Wheeler.
They came right back with a 5-run
At
bottom
shortstop, number 2, Lane Thomas.
Lead of 9-6.
At third base, number 3, Todd Jones.
Were our undoing and
Catcher, number 13, Cody
as we ended up ending
center fielder, number 15, Hunter
11-9 deficit, and that ended up being our final
DH,
score
number
as the
21,
Wildcats
Camden
South
McGee.
Warren Spartans, pardon me.
Second base, number 9,
Barnes did great work
Jacob Jackson.
out in this one.
Right fielder, number
But I also
23,
feel it's worth
Spencer
pointing out
Poole.
that Jackson Gass,
Left fielder, number 5,
3 for 4 in this one,
Gage
3
Driscoll.
RBIs, a single,
And
a
at first
double,
base,
triple,
number
and was a
4,
home run
Noah
away from a
Rager.
cycle. After that fantastic performance. Moving forward into tonight, we're hosting
Tonight is
Todd
another
County
Cal
Central
Ripken
team
night.
with
We
6-10 on the season.
are
But
pleased to have the
statistically,
teams
has some
from
hitters in the
Franklin
lineup,
Pallet
as well as some
and
kids who can throw
Franklin
it.
Sporting Goods
Across the
with
plate,
players night
senior
that be
Connor
running
Wheeler
on
is
the field
hitting
with us. So
364,
here's your starting
8
lineup for
RBI,
your
and 2
Franklin
runs.
Simpson
Their
Wildcats.
highest average hitter is a freshman.
Playing left field, batting 6, number 15, Hendrick Blankenberg.
Numbers with 29 in the 3rd innings thrown.
In center field and batting 8, number 2, Braylon Turner.
What is an always
In right field and batting 4th, number 8, Carson Kelly.
2 on the year.
At shortstop, batting 2nd, number 7, Brady Dill.
and 15-1.
At second base and leading off, number 17, Liam
While recording
Heinze.
both of their wins.
At third base and batting seventh, number 12, Colton Turner.
Now, your Wildcats, they're still holding
At
steady
first base
as of
and
late.
batting fifth, number
Everything
22,
they
Owen
do
Lockley.
from
Behind the plate is number 18, Nash
just
Balloon.
say it was an anomaly.
DHing and batting third, number 19, Jackson
We've
Gatt.
got Easton Kelly taking the
And on the mound and batting ninth, number 10, Easton Kelly. Your Wildcat assistant coach
We're
is
gonna take a
Craig
quick
Yup,
break
Coach
and we'll come
Jack
back with
Neal,
more
Randy
stats.
Sarley,
Please
Greg
run
Shelton,
by
Jay Shockley, and your Wildcat head coach is Matthew Wilhite. We ask you now to direct your attention to center field. If you're able, please stand, remove your hats, and as a veteran, render a salute to the American flag as we play our national anthem.
Hey, Kendra, sorry. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Alright. Flip the switch. I don't know if that's it or not. Turned a lot of stuff down. Let's see.
The umpires for tonight's game are Mr. Jacob Stover and Mr. Austin Moore. The National High School Federation and the Kentucky Sky School Athletic Association require officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. High school athletics emphasize positive values.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's 92.3 WFKN.
We remind you that
I'm
good
Tony
behavior
Schuler.
is
Thank you for
expected
joining
from
us
all
this
and
evening.
misconduct will not
I
be
do
tolerated.
apologize for
These
technical
competitions
difficulties that
reflect
we are
mutual
having
respect among all
at the
participants,
moment.
officials, and fans.
We're
Good
doing our
luck to
best
those
to get
teams.
these
Have a
things
great
sorted out
event
and figured
enjoy the
out.
greatest sporting event around tonight, high
But
school baseball game.
I do
Let's
believe
play
that I'm having some sincere issues with my box, with my headphones, just everything going on here. I am continuing to lose sound, I think. I can see it registering here on my numbers, but not much is happening on my end. I'm going to... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep talking to you and talking about this ball game and rely on my producers back in studio to see how I'm sounding to them. I'm going to check in with our Franklin Simpson Channel 9 listeners to see how I'm sounding to them. But I've got some issues right now going on with my technical difficulties, so I'm not real sure what it is that's going on with us. So trying to change some things around, figure out what we've got. But either way, I am with you, and we're giving one last warm-up pitch to our junior pitcher, Easton Kelly, right now. And we're going to figure out how to handle things from this point forward. Had to get my hat back on there after the anthem. Can't go to a baseball game without a cap. I think that's just a
First, the Rebels, number 1.
just a rule of thumb that you can't attend a baseball game without a cap. And you know what? I'm just going to blame it on all this stuff that we've got coming in, and weather-wise and everything else in between. But we'll see moving forward how this is going to go. Leading off for the Todd County Central Rebels, as I said earlier in the broadcast, they are 6-10 coming into this one. They're going to have pitcher Connor Wheeler leading off for this one. He's a right-handed hitter, number 1. He fouls one off down the first base line. First pitch swinging up the game. The senior's hitting .364. got 8 RBIs on the season. He's walked 8 times. And he's got some home run power. He's got 2 home runs on the season. I've still yet to this point, across 4 seasons here, covering Franklin Simpson High School Wildcat baseball, only seen 1 home run here on Greg Shelton Field. So, kind of still quite curious to see if anybody else can do it. I'd like for it to come from our Wildcat dugout, of course, but we'll see how it goes here. Easton Kelly gets Wheeler to pop up over into backside of the infield towards second base, and Liam Heinze runs underneath it to record out number 1. Walk out. Now, here comes the senior Lane Thomas, number 2. Lane's hitting .324 on the season. I'm continuing to just get bits and pieces into my own headphones. I think that it's a issue with my main feed that I'm getting this from, but I'm just gonna keep rolling with it.
Now we're here.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Now we've got our number 3 batter up in here. Here comes Ty Jolly. Thomas jumps out to a big lead. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What an absolutely bizarre happening that was. Ty Jolly tries to get the bunt in, and he gets the pitch up and in, and he pops it up straight back to Easton Kelly. He turns and doubles up Lane Thomas over at first base to Owen Lockley to record 1, 2, 3 out there. That is something that you just never see across a baseball field, it seems like. And now that I feel like I've got my mojo going a little bit more with you here, and I can hear myself again properly somewhat, I think I'm just going to hang out with you through this break. But you know what? Actually, I need to talk to my producer. So I'm going to take a 30-second break, and I'll be right back with you live on 92.3 WFKN.
They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down.
It's so weird. Okay. Well, good deal. Welcome back in, everybody. Bottom 1. Thank you for joining us again. I think that I've gotten all of our technical difficulties straightened out at this point. I'm hearing myself a little bit better. My reviews are coming back in from our studio a little bit better, and I think that we've got it straightened out. Don't know what that is because my setup is absolutely the same each and every time that we come here to broadcast the ball game. So I don't know what it is, but I unplugged and replugged a couple things and adjusted my sound levels a little bit, and so I think that we've got it straightened out. Meanwhile, your Wildcats went 1-2-3 in a very awkward fashion after getting a pop out to the initial batter and then getting the second batter went on base, hit by pitch, and then the third batter ended up flying out in what was a bluffed bunt straight back to the pitcher. And then he doubles up the runner over at first. I mean, what a wild turn of events that turned out to be. Now, leading off for your Wildcats, second baseman, sophomore Liam Heinze. Your Wildcats in the white pants with the blue pinstripe and the royal blue uniforms with the white letters and numerals and the cats in script across their chest. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Wildcats are always looking sharp out here on the field. Here's the pitch. As he takes ball 1 outside. 1-1 count now to the leadoff for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the first inning. Oh, and he just got barely a top piece of that one, and it sends a little dribbler back to Wheeler at the mound, and Wheeler fields it cleanly and sends it back over to Rager at first base. Here comes your senior shortstop, number 7, Brady Delk. Brady leading the team in batting average. And takes ball 1 outside. The dugout lets pitcher Wheeler hear about it, too, and everybody yells, "No!" Here comes those Marmaduke barks back out of the dugout. Wow, that's a generous call on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Here's the windup from Wheeler, and the pitch. Sent over to third base and fielded by Jolly. Jolly fires it over to Rager at first, and they've got 2 up, 2 down for themselves. The Rebels are on the move here on the defensive side of the ball. Now here comes Jackson Gass, designated hitter. Hitting nearly .330 now is your junior designated hitter, Jackson Gass. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 1 high and outside. Speaking of Gass, as I was walking in, I saw a little bit of spring football practice over there happening. I was excited to see that going on. Takes ball 2 outside. I was really excited. That got me kind of thinking in a football mood after just having the NFL draft this past weekend and seeing some kids over there getting moving around, doing some drills as Gass swings through strike 1. I love this kid's mentality. He wants to get up there, and he don't just want to hit. He wants to smash every single ball that he swings at. Here's the pitch. It goes 3-1, low and away now. Carson Kelly in the on-deck circle. Allen sent a foul out of play into the front yard of the home behind us. Hope everybody is weather aware here this evening, but I don't think there's going to be too much coming on. He takes ball 4 high and outside. So Wheeler being very careful pitching to Gass. And he ends up walking him. Now here comes the cleanup. Number 4-hole hitter, Carson Kelly, hitting over 300 still. The junior. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Takes ball high and outside. Owen Lockley tried to throw him his wristband, and the wind just instantly caught it and just sent it straight down in front of him. Now Kelly gets it on, gets reset back in the box. Jackson off to just a couple of steps lead there. Goes ball high there from Wheeler. So Wheeler, while after looking really nice against Heinze and Delk, giving them things to swing at, he has not been too much on the mark, you could say. Checks the runner a couple times. Here's the pitch. I don't. This isn't a charity event, Blue. That's taken strike 1 outside. We'll just say it glanced the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gass still over on first. Checks runner, does Wheeler. Now he hits that one in shallow right center field. Is it going to get down? It does! Jackson Gass is going to hold up at third base. What a great heads-up running there by Gass to be able to keep an eye on Coach Wilhite over on third base. Now here comes Owen Lockley. 2 for 4 against Owensboro with 2 RBIs. I'd like to see him get another one right here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 away. I love a good 2-out rally. It's always a good time. Lockley set with runners on the corners now. Carson Kelly over on first. He takes off and goes. And Kemp behind the plate. Cody Kemp catching tonight for the Rebels. Turns and fires over to third base trying to get Jackson Gass asleep. Jolly did nice work trying to get the tag down to make it, a playable thing, but wasn't really that close. Ball high in the zone now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hendrik Blankenberg in the on-deck circle. Wind up and the pitch. Goes low and away. Good eye there by the freshman Lockley. District games, I know that we talk often about how they are important, but reason being is because, you win the district games, you get a good district tournament seed. You get a good district tournament seed as Lockley takes strike 2 looking. Going to have to turn up the aggression now is the freshman. You hate to leave people on base in scoring position, especially 2 in scoring position this early in the game. He calls time, collect his breath. But you get yourself a good district seed, 1 or 2, and as he skips one in, does Wheeler run the count full. That one fell about 4 or 5 feet in front of the plate. We're just going to say he slipped. But that good district seed really turns up your chances of getting into the regional tournament where anything can happen there. Pops that one up shallow right field, and underneath it is Poole calling off the second baseman Jackson, and they record out number 3. Got a little underneath it. Looked like it might have been a good pitch to swing at, but nice work there by Gass and Kelly being able to move around on the bases a little bit. But Wildcats are going to strand 2 out there, and we're going to go scoreless for both teams through 1. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with you live on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Welcome back in, everybody. Top of the second inning. And here comes catcher, number 13, Cody Kemp. Cody Kemp, a freshman, leading this team in terms of batting average for the Todd County Rebels. Hitting .389 on the year, second in terms of hits total with 14. He's got 7 RBIs. And only 2 walks on the year. He sends a chopper over to Heinze. Heinze is charging fast. Picks it up cleanly, sends it over to Lockley. So, 1 up, 1 down here at the top of the second inning. Now here comes Hunter Johnson, the center fielder. Hunter Johnson, a right-handed hitter. I will say I do like his cleats. He's got the old school Nike Dunk cleats, but they are blue and white also. I don't know how he Takes ball 1 inside. Tried to throw that. He's got an elbow protector on there, and he tried to throw that elbow protector down on that pitch. Takes strike 1. As Easton Kelly catches the bottom part of the zone. This is the first time I've got to call an Easton Kelly pitched game as well. Sends a sharp one-hopper over to Lockley at first. That kid swung the bat really hard. You could tell he was up there trying to kill it. But Lockley fielded it cleanly, ran over and touched first for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here. And now here comes designated hitter Camden McGee. Camden McGee, also a right-handed hitter. Now let me talk about Todd County Central here for a second. As Kelly winds up and throws that one. And that, oh boy, he nearly caught the coach. And he caused his coach to fall over and roll backwards. Goodness, who was the former coach out for the Los Angeles Dodgers? Real old guy. Tommy Lasorda. That was reminiscent of Tommy Lasorda. Swings through at a curveball. Good pitch there to the designated hitter. Now he gets ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, that's a good look. What's wrong with that, Blue? Call ball 1. I guess that was a hair up in the zone. Here's the pitch. Sends a chopper sort of back to the pitcher. Easton Kelly runs it down quickly. He's got to fire it, and it's way too high. They're going to dig for 2. Carson Kelly bobbles it for a second. He might have had a shot to have gunned him down at second base. But the throwing error, first error of the game here, will go against our pitcher on the fielding attempt. Now here comes second baseman Jacob Jackson. Jacob Jackson going to step out and take time there just momentarily. Now here's the pitch from Kelly. That one goes low and away. I did say that this is my first time getting to call a game from Easton Kelly, where he's been pitching. It's a long, lanky young man out there on the mound. I'd say he's an inch or 2 over 6 foot tall. That one gets away from Ballou behind the plate, and as it went low and away. But there's not a lot to Easton's mechanics here. He keeps them tight, pretty quick. Brings that knee up to the chest. Oh, and he jams him big time. And he just gets a little dribbler back to himself. Tosses it over to Lockley at first. And that's the end of the top of the second inning. I'm just going to hang out with you now that I'm much more comfortable in my own skin here, I feel like, after all my technical difficulties getting things going there at this game. I do want to apologize yet again for that. If you were logging on or had your radio on and you're used to hearing either some great country music or hearing my voice coming through your speakers, I don't know what happened with all that, but you know what? Sometimes that's just technology for you, how it goes. I do want to talk to you a second about Todd County Central. I've been out there a few times. I do have a good close friend that is from Todd County, but I just say Elkton whenever we're talking about it. That is one of the most beautiful ball fields that you can go call a game at, because you can get up in that booth, and in behind it is nothing but a beautiful farm that just goes on for miles and miles as far as you can possibly see. And you can see the sunset out just into left center field, and it is just a thing of beauty. I'll be honest, I don't like the drive to Todd County from Franklin, but I tell you what, once you get out there and you can stand up in that booth and just call a game, it feels almost like a magical moment in terms of high school baseball where that's concerned, because it is just so gorgeous. Now, I do think that the district tournaments are held here at Franklin this year. Praise the Lord. I'm excited. I don't got to drive. But, we'll be welcoming some people in here to join us along with myself. And, that's fine. We welcome the other people with open arms as Hendrick Blankenberg, a.k.a. Goose, is going to lead off the bottom of the second here for the Franklin Simpson Wildcats. But that's my spiel about Todd County. Lots of gorgeous farmland out there as he lines one out into center field, and he's going to have a base hit on first pitch swinging. Next up, Colton Turner.
Number 12, Colton Turner.
Colton Turner now leading the team with 15 RBIs, hitting nearly 240 on the season. Batting average for Colton just continues to creep up and up and up as the season goes on. Here's the pitch. Curveball hangs in there for strike one. This Goose gets the signal from Coach Wilhite. Over on first base. Colton sets up towards the back of the batter's box. Attempts the pickoff now. Safe over at first is Hendrick. Gusty winds out here right now, I believe is what a weatherman would call that. Here's the pitch. Hammered out to left center field. Get down. He got burnt on the center fielder, and it's a ground rule double. Hendrick didn't even realize he was taken off towards home, and Coach Wilhite had to calm him down. Talk about a big-time double from your third baseman right there. That's one big thing right there about your third baseman, Colton Turner, is, while that batting average might not be as flashy as that 400 number as some of the others that you'll see around here, when he's got ducks on the pond, that kid is money. Now, here's Braylon Turner. Center fielder takes ball one outside. One ball, no strikes. Center fielder for Todd County just got burnt on that one big time. He was set up a little, favoring almost towards right field. And if it hadn't been for the wind gusts at the time of that hit, I think it probably would have hit the fence, but it bounced probably right at the edge of the warning track. And, with a new turf field, we're still a little bouncy out here. And that thing took off and got over the fence on the shortest side of the fence, just before the edge of the white starts to creep up on you. Now Braylon's got 3 balls, no strikes, and the Wildcats are really threatening here with no outs and 2 on, second and third. Taken all the way here. And that's going to be a ball low. 4 straight balls, and now here comes Easton Kelly. Easton, the junior, hitting right at 240 as well on the season. And you got the top of the lineup sitting in the on-deck circle and Liam Heinze. This could get ugly for Todd County Central. Goes way outside. Connor Wheeler is pretty far down the pecking order in terms of innings pitched for Todd County Central. Takes strike one right there, does even. We do have a back-to-back, so the Wildcats will be there tomorrow night playing at Todd County Central over in Elkton, Kentucky at their place. Here's the pitch. Swings through strike 2. A strikeout would be huge here for Wheeler. as you would expect Ty Jolly, the top pitcher for Todd County Central, to be pitching tomorrow night. Here's the pitch. Bounces in, but Kemp behind the plate does a good enough job to where it didn't get too far away from him, and everybody holds pat at first, second, and third. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to our pitcher, Easton Kelly. See if he can help his cause. Here's the pitch. Swings through, strike 3. So Wheeler gets a strikeout.
Top order, you know him, number 17, Liam Heinze.
Here's Liam Heinze, top of the order. Fantastic sophomore hitter, fielder. Just a good all-around baseball player. Hitting over 300 on the year. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. So 0-1 with 1 away, and bases still juiced out here. Wind still just randomly gusting. Here's the pitch. Take strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. That's one right there that, you know, looked like it could have been good or bad, but the way that we've been consistently getting strike calls on the outside part of the plate, I'm not surprised. Now that one was up and out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind now blowing straight in from center field. It's been going from left to right. Now it's blowing straight at us, according to the flag out there in center field. Here's the pitch. Hanging curveball gets popped up into foul territory. Underneath it is Rager, right in front of the Wildcats dugout, and that's 2 away. Now here comes Brady Delk in a position that you would really love to see your senior leader get a hold of one. He's got 14 RBIs on the season. You'd love to see him find some green grass and add 2 more to it. That's a pretty good-looking pitch right there that they've been getting called all night as a strike, but that's called a ball. That one really surprised me, honestly. I mean, that. Here's the next one. Gets low and away for ball 2. Kemp behind the plate is just a freshman, and I got to say the freshman has impressed me thus far with some of his glove skills that he's shown back there. Here's the pitch. That's hammered right at the second baseman. A leaping catch for out number 3. What a play to get Todd County Central out of the inning, and they leave 3 more stranded. So just through 2 innings worth of work, we're still knotted up to zeros, and your Wildcats have stranded 5 runners on base. My goodness. Wow. 3 hits so far and nothing to show for it through 2 innings worth of work. We're going to take a 30-second break this time, and we'll be right back with you live on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
Oh, it's okay. No worries. Not a big deal. Top of the 3rd inning. Franklin Simpson Wildcats still knotted up at zeros against the visiting Todd County Central Rebels. Here's the first pitch from Easton Kelly. Coming into number 23, Spencer Poole, a freshman, hitting .258 on the year. Takes ball 2. Spencer Poole playing right field for the Todd County Central Rebels. Takes strike one. Left-handed hitter is number 23, Poole. In what is a hazy, overcast kind of day. Takes ball 3 outside.
Come on, let him free. Like a Martin.
Count goes 3-1. Easton, here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Swings through, strike 2. I need one more just like that, Bubba. Count runs full. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Nice work there by Poole to fight through. Right now we're seeing Braylon Turner out in center field, shading a little bit towards left. Here's the pitch. Rocketed right at Kelly, but comes off of his glove. And Liam Heinze is right there in position to field it and fires it over to Lockley for an out. I mean, what an absolute rocket that was. Coming off the bat of Spencer Poole.
Left fielder number 5, Gage Driscoll.
Now here's left fielder number 5, Gage Driscoll. Shows bunt, does 5. Driscoll, an 8th grader, bunts it. Kelly fields it cleanly, sends it a little bit high to Lockley, but he's able to keep his foot over on the bag. I didn't want to be rude, but I thought to myself, man, that is a little fella out there running around, and it makes sense because he's an 8th grader. I mean, some of these high school kids look like grown men out here at times. And I saw him, I said, man, he looks so small. Steps back with his back foot and taps one all the way deep into right field, but Carson Kelly runs underneath it and records out number 3 off the bat of Noah Rager, the first baseman. Noah Rager, first pitch swinging there, and it came low and inside, and he dropped his bat from 12 to 6 o'clock and pulled his back foot out and sent it, I mean, 3/4 of the way into right field, and Carson Kelly had to get underneath it and made a good attempt to record out number 3. I just took a break, so no sense in leaving now. I'm just going to hang out with you for another minute. Leading off this one is going to be designated hitter Jackson Gass. Do want to say congratulations to Franklin Simpson's newest member of the basketball team. Which, by newest member of the basketball team, I do mean in particular their new head coach, Will McCoy. Will McCoy coming to Franklin Simpson from Greenwood High School, just up the road off exit 22 in Bowling Green. And Will McCoy, that's a big deal right there to get a coach of that caliber, because Will McCoy is the 2026 4th Region Coach of the Year. And that's a big get for us here. And that really goes to show you what a great system that we have in place here at Franklin Simpson. You've got a lot of great people in behind the scenes and that don't get a whole lot of discussion. I mean, you got not just a good, but a great coach in Ashley Taylor over on the girls' side of things. You got superintendents like Tim Schlosser running the show there at home office, and I believe we've got a lot of really great people here in these school systems. I'm thankful for each and every one of them that do things that make stuff like this right here tonight possible. Because, I mean, it's something as simple as a baseball game, but the joy that it brings to so many people is really a thing of beauty. Jackson Gass leading off. Takes ball 1 high and outside. It is 6:31 here in the evening. Holding steady at 78 degrees here on Monday the 27th. Gass sends one down the right field line. It might stay fair. Oh, drops just foul about 3 feet. Giving chase was Jackson, Poole, and Rager of Todd County Central. Whole lot of effort there by those three players trying to run that one down. I think that they realize right now, after the Wildcats have stranded 5 on base through 2 innings worth of work, that runs are probably going to be at a premium here tonight. And if you're a Franklin Simpson fan right now, you're just got your head in your hand saying, what do we got to do to get one across home plate after stranding 5? Takes ball 2, does Jackson. Sends a rocket right at second base. Jackson catches it for his out. So 1 up, 1 down now. Here comes right fielder Carson Kelly. Takes ball 1 low, does Carson. One for 1 in this one. Fouls 1 off, out of play now. Connor Wheeler holding his own. He's only thrown 12 innings on the season. Gave up 25 runs through 12 innings, too, on 27 hits. So Connor Wheeler having a good outing in terms of what you could base his previous statistics off of. Ball 2. Hammered at the shortstop. He fields it cleanly, does Thomas. Fires it over to first to Rager. And Carson Kelly is out. Now here comes Owen Lockley.
First baseman, number 22, Owen Lockley.
So 2 away now, so 2 up, 2 down. I think it's worth pointing out, too, that he sends one towards shortstop Thomas, and he fires it over to Rager, and that's out number 3. I'm going to save that thought, and we'll come back with what I was going to talk about with Todd County when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
No matter your game, Franklin Bacon Trust equips you for success.
Go a minute instead of 30. It's not a big deal, I promise.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Welcome back in, everybody. 92.3 WFKN, your home for Wildcat Athletics, as well as the Will Cody in the Morning Show. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cody Schuler. Here on the call with you tonight as your Franklin Simpson Wildcat baseball team is taking on the Todd County Central Rebels. And where are we at here in their order? That's number 2 up there, Lane Thomas. Bats second in their lineup. Was hit by a pitch in his first one. Takes strike 1. That's a good-looking curve there from Easton Kelly. That one had a lot of movement coming across the plate. I think it stayed a little low in the zone there for a ball. Here's the pitch. That one, kind of same thing, just slightly higher, but still low in the zone. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Swings through for strike 2 now. Does Lane Thomas. Lane had a couple of sharply hit balls at him the previous bottom of the 3rd inning. So we're in the top of the 4th right now. Ring up one for Easton Kelly, his first strikeout of the game. Strong work there by the junior. Now here comes third baseman number 3, Ty Jolly. Ty, as a sophomore, hitting .229 on the season. Nobody on, one away. Sends a chopper back towards Easton. Easton picks it up, fires it, threw it too high. His second error of the game coming off the mound, fielding. That's difficult for a pitcher because something like that hangs with these young men, unfortunately, from time to time, and it affects now what they do on the mound. But we're hoping that he's going to just shake that off a little bit. Throw strikes. Here's the pitch. Good-looking pitch right there. I don't know if he's working a slider in there, the way that he was throwing it, but I've seen a couple of pitches. Had a nasty break later in towards the pitch that looks more like a slider. I don't know all of his pitches that he throws. Runner goes. Nash throws down to second. He is safe. Just a hair too much off of the bag, and showed good speed, did Ty Jolly. Pick off. Very close, but not in time. Jolly reaches safely. .0-2 is the count with one away now. To the catcher, Cody Kemp. Kemp sends one towards shortstop, Brady Delk. Delk fires it over to Lockley, records out number 2 as Ty Jolly for the Rebels moves over to third. Now here comes number 15, the center fielder, Hunter Johnson, Hunter Johnson. Johnson, I noticed in his previous at-bat, swings it really hard. Here's the pitch. Ooh, he ducks out of there on that one. Goes ball into him, which I find funny. That's your natural reflex right there, is to get out of the way. Previous at bat, kind of tried to lean into one a little bit. Got jammed up, swings at strike 2. Now, what I was going to talk about in our previous segment was Todd County Central in their 2 district matchups that they've had against Logan County. They lost 15-1 in one, but they lost 1-0 in the other one. And Easton Kelly plunks them that time. Hate to give up a freebie, but Johnson reaches safely. Easton kept coming inside, and caught him in the back that time. But that 1-0 loss to Logan goes to show you that these kids can play ball. I know that their record is 6-10 on the season, but they're out here trying to win just like we are, and they're not going to just go down easily. Swinging is Camden McGee, the designated hitter, for strike 1. Runners on the corners now with 2 away. Bluffing a bunt here probably with an 0-1 count. Pulls back the bunt, goes ball way outside. Nash turns and fires over to third to Colton Turner, trying to keep Todd Jolly for the Rebels honest over there. He gets back no problem. So now looking at 1 ball, 1 strike, runners on second and third. Wind gusting left to right. Here's the pitch. Swings through at strike 2. Dark clouds all around us, but things are still looking just fine here in Franklin. Swings through, ring up another one for Easton Kelly. That's strike 3 to end the top of the 4th inning. We're going to take us a little break, and we'll come back to see if your Wildcats can get their bats turned up a little bit here at Greg Shelton Field. When we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Welcome back in, everybody. 92.3 WFKN. I appreciate you so much for joining us here this evening. I'm Cody Schuler. I'm here on the call with you. Back in studio is our producer tonight is Miss Lyric. Lyric, thank you for being there and pressing all the buttons, making things, the show go on for us back there. We appreciate it. Show can't go on without her as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Do want to say thank you for listening to us, whether that's on your radio dial at 92.3 FM, or if that's 92.3 WFKN app or 923WFKN on .com on your tablet or computer or your phone, however it is. But hey, if you're listening on the phone, go on and download our app. You can just smash that listen live button and be listening to Will Cody every morning before you know it. Leading off here in the bottom of the 4th, it's going to be Hendrik Blankenberg for the Wildcats. Takes strike 1. Goose had a hit in his last at-bat. 1 for 1 in this one. Sends a sharp one over into the hot corner to Jolly. Jolly fires all the way across the field from third to first to Rager to record.
Third baseman, number 12, Colton Turner.
Out number 1. Now here comes Colton Turner up to bat, your third baseman. He had a big-time ground rule double deep into left center field in his previous at-bat where he burned the center fielder Johnson for the Rebels. He takes a curveball that stayed way up and didn't bother curving and takes it right off his, almost off his neck. Wheeler, the pitcher, kind of smiling and laughing about it. He's hearing it from his home dugout, too. I think that thing came through at about 45, 50 miles an hour, maybe. I doubt if Colton ever even flinched from it. Didn't seem like he felt it at all. Checks the runner to Wheeler. Here's the pitch. Throws that one low and away out of the zone. Braylon walked in his previous at-bat. 4 straight balls. Gets set into the batter's box. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Throws down to first to Rager. Does Kemp, trying to keep Turner honest. Turner slides back in head first, but the throw was off the mark, so it wasn't really close. On deck is Easton Kelly. Checks the runner, attempts to pick off. That's a pretty good pickoff move there from Wheeler. That throw was right on the money, but not in time. Turner ahead of him. That was quick, and that throw was a perfect strike over there to first. Not off to a crazy lead or anything, just average. Here's the pitch. Goes inside. Ball 2. Looking at a 2-1 count now to Braylon. Turner following Turner in the lineup. Like usual. Gets a signal from Wilhite. Let's see what it is. Here's the pitch. Low and away for ball 3. Now looking at a hitter's count. Let's see if Braylon can make something happen here. With a runner over on first. Steps up in the batter's box a little bit. Kind of got a little bit of a happy feet there. Here's the pitch now. Takes ball 4. So, walk in this one here for Braylon Turner. And here comes pitcher number 10, Easton Kelly. Easton hitting right about 240 this season. Struck out in his previous at-bat.
Up on the plate.
Set up dead center in the batter's box here. Checking the runner out at second. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, fouled off. I could have caught that one right there if it wasn't for the net. That would have hit me in the chest probably. Used to enjoy going to baseball games as a kid, and you never didn't bring a glove when you went. You always brought a glove. The second baseman is in on the field right now. That's a ball outside. The second baseman is almost standing next to the pitcher, is Jackson for Todd County Central. This is something else. If that's me, and the shortstop is standing behind second base, so all of the area between short and third are completely wide open. Here's the pitch. Ball high now, 2-1. So if Easton gets remotely close of a hit in between short and third, I mean, Colton Turner's turning third and coming home all day long. Second baseman comes back up close next to the pitcher. 2-1 count, 1 away. Shows bunt, lays it down, third base line, just a little bit too much. Now, Easton's an athletic young man as well, so if he can get it down that third base line, which I doubt we'll see another bunt attempt as the count goes 2-2 and the defenders for Todd County go back to their normal positions. With 2 strikes. Checking the runner out at second. Here's the pitch. Hammered out into center field. Colton Turner's going to be held up at third. Johnson, center fielder, was on it. Turner held up momentarily because the way that thing curved in, it looked like Thomas might have even had a shot at running it down, but the ball was hit a little too sharply for that. Now, here we are again for Franklin Simpson. Bases loaded, 1 out. You're in the bottom of the 4th inning. We need to get one across home plate right here. You're at the top of your order. Oh, and that one gets a long ways away from Kemp behind the plate. Liam hitting above 300 on the year. Here's the pitch. Goes outside. I will never forget last season when Liam, kind of reminiscent of Lockley and how he started his freshman year, but Liam was even higher in terms of batting average. Liam was up around 500 for about half the season. Hammers one out to center field. Is it going to get past Johnson? It does! 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Heinze's digging for 3. And a 3rd run is going to score. Liam Heinze with a stand-up triple. Talk about a big-time rocket off the bat of the sophomore Liam Heinze. He delivers with a major opportunity. The base is loaded yet again with a stand-up triple. The super sophomore comes through. Now here's the senior, Brady Delk. Let's see if we can get another one home. Goes ball high. We've been anticipating that all evening here. You feel like you're the more talented team. Rocket it out to left field. Get out. Oh, it bounces. And that is another ground rule double. Brady Delk delivers now with a double of his own and drives in one, an RBI double. Now you got things in motion here. The top of the lineup comes through after going a combined 0 for 4 to start the game between Heinze and Delk. They end up with a triple and a double in their third batting attempt. Now they've delivered and got a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Jackson Gass sent one over to the shortstop, Thomas. He fields it cleanly, sends it over to first to Rager. Rager records an out, and Delk beats out the throw to third to move on over one. So Jackson moves the runner, but he's 0 for 2 with a walk here tonight. One for 2, and this one is Carson Kelly. First pitch swinging, that's going into foul territory, getting out of play. It was right around the wall. Fantastic effort there by Rager. It actually stayed in the ballpark. Rager knew that wall was close by. After hitting the wall, the home plate umpire went out there and took a look at that ball just to make sure it was good to go. Carson gets back in on the plate now. Wind up and the pitch from Wheeler goes outside for ball one. It had been the back end of the lineup that had been delivering and getting on base. We just hadn't quite been able to. Something just flew into Carson Kelly's eye. He asked for time. Digging in his eye, says he's okay now. Carson with the hot pink batting gloves. Here's the pitch. That is a low-hanging fruit kind of toss there from Wheeler, where that was like he just wanted to try to get it across plate. Almost felt like a little bit of a slow pitch kind of thing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now as it did find its way across the plate. Here's the pitch now. Now he tries to speed him up, and Carson gets enough bat on it to foul it off. Runner still out on third is Brady Delk. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, with the Wildcats leading at 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here at 5 minutes till 7 o'clock. Here's the pitch. Hammered that one out to left center field, and that's going to score another one. Wildcats have come through here in the bottom of the fourth. It took us a minute, but hey, we got there. And now lead it 5-0.
First baseman, number 22, Owen Lockley.
Owen Lockley, 0 for 2 in this one. Looks like we might have a pitching change here. Don't know if Wheeler's going to remain on the mound or not. Logan County, we just got a report, is up 7-0 on Russellville. I don't mean to be rude when I say this, but kind of to be expected. Just kind of what it is. I am excited, though, that Russellville fielded a program this year. That is great news. Things are more fun and exciting when you do get to play the game, as the wind has really picked up even more so than what it has been here. Lockley set, checking the runner over on first is Wheeler. Goes ball high, and the runner's stealing, and he's going to be in there safe. It's Carson Kelly. Kelly, the right fielder. Plenty of speed to get up and down the baseline. 0-1 to Lockley. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Strike 2. Wheeler gets ahead in the count after the mound visit from his head coach now. Let's see if Lockley can bear down now and continue this rally from the Wildcats. Here's the pitch. That's down. Ball 1. One-two count with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Swings through, fouled off, but right into the glove of Kemp, and that's out number 3. Your Wildcats, they come through and put some runs up on the board thanks to a 3 RBI triple off the bat of Liam Heinze, a ground rule double that scored a run off the bat of Brady Delk, and then Carson Kelly brings in Brady Delk. All to score 5 runs there in the bottom of the 4th inning. And your Wildcats have got things in motion, lead this one 5-0. We'll find out if Todd County Central can respond when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten. We'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Heading into the top of the 5th inning, your Wildcats leading at 5-0. And Easton Kelly just blew one past number 9, Jacob Jackson. Jacob Jackson, number 6 hole hitter for Todd County Central. Throws another one past, and that was high and tight. That one up and out of the strike zone, but he's in tight on the plate. Here's the pitch. Jammed him on that one. In tight on the hands. Swinging through. Fouled off. Counts at 0-2. Easton Kelly ahead. Sets up outside. Does Ballou. That one goes down low out of the zone. Checking out the weather. We're in the clear in terms of rain or anything like that until 10 o'clock according to the weather apps and that kind of thing. But tell you what, that wind is absolutely whipping out there right now. Gust up to 35 miles an hour. So make sure you got your plants and everything in as Jackson fouls one off. Bring in those pretty new ferns and flowers, or anchor them down or something. Sent a hit out into center field there, does Jackson. first hit of the game given up by Easton Kelly. We've had 2 errors, but that is the first actual hit that's been given up by the Wildcats. And here comes Spencer Poole, right fielder. Bats lefty. In tight on the plate on that left-handed side. Set up in the back of the batter's box, but in tight on home plate. Takes strike 1. Runner over on first base. Not much of a lead. Poole's ready to go now. Attempts to pick off. Oh, yeah. And he's out of him. Wow. Jacob Jackson went to slide head first over there, as one would do, sliding into first. And he didn't slide. It was like he just came down, unfortunately for him. There wasn't much of a slide to it. That's still one of those things that we've continued to see some of these high school kids have some trouble with, and that's get used to sliding on turf. And as Easton Kelly throws some high heat there out of the zone for ball 1. He's ahead already. 1-2 in the count. Spencer Poole, here's the pitch. Goes low in the zone. Ball 2 now. 2-2 with 1 away. After giving up a leadoff hit, he gets it right back after the pickoff. Here's the pitch. Runs the count full now with a 3rd ball. Easton does work quickly from the mound, we've noticed as well. And he fans him. Strikes out Poole. That's Easton's 2nd strikeout of the game. Now here's Gage Driscoll up to bat. Nope, that's Waylon Lanier. Waylon Lanier, a freshman. Swings through, strike 1. I've always loved the name Waylon. Yeah, I'm a Jennings fan, but as Waylon Lanier takes ball 1, just a smidge low in the zone. 1-1 count with 2 away now. Here's the pitch. Goes a little high and tight for ball 2. You look to the east of Franklin right now as Waylon fouls off 1 for strike 2. Look to the east of Franklin. Things are a little bit brighter than they are out west, which is surprising considering that, the sun's setting out west. And the wind is blowing kind of from the south. And he fans another one for his 3rd strikeout of the game. Gets out of the top of the 5th inning with no damage done yet again. So he's got a 1-hit shutout rolling through 5 innings worth of work, does Easton Kelly. And your Wildcats still lead it 5-0. We'll find out if they can add more on when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
No matter your game, Franklin Bacon Trust equips you for success.
Yeah.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Bottom of the fifth inning. Your Wildcats are leading it 5-0 as Hendrick Blankenberg getting set to lead this one off for us. Wildcats got 5 runs on seven hits with 2 errors here in this game. And Easton Kelly's looking pretty good from the mound out there. He's got 3 strikeouts through 5 innings worth of work, only giving up 1 hit and no runs. So who knows? Maybe the wind is in Easton's favor. This is the first game I've gotten to call of him pitching here at home. He's been doing a phenomenal job so far. Works quickly from the mound. Just a junior. And he's got a 2.15 ERA through 39 innings pitched on the season. He's got 43 strikeouts to 19 walks. 4-3 win-loss record for your 13-9 Franklin Simpson Wildcats. Here comes Goose, a.k.a. Hendrick Blankenberg, the left fielder. Wheeler's still out on the mound. He turns on once. Oh, and it's a liner right at the third baseman, Ty Jolly. Out number 1. That's happened, I think, 4 times so far here tonight when your Wildcats have had really hard hit balls and it's been right at an infielder. Now here's third baseman Colton Turner. Colton had a big-time ground rule double earlier in this one. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. One is the count now to Turner. That curveball, it comes across out of the hand of Wheeler with very little velocity, so you don't expect much of a break on it. But sure enough, it finds a way to break a lot of times. And he sends one out to left center. Get down, ball. That's in there for a base hit. He's stuck with that one. And he just put bat to ball. He didn't have a real hard swing. He just eyeballed it all the way into his bat. Now Turner is going to get a courtesy runner. I think it's Lamarand out there. Yeah, that's Adam Lamarand, number 1.
Pitch runner for the Wildcats, number 1, Adam Lamarand. Up next for the Wildcats, number 2, center fielder Braylon Turner.
Now here's Braylon Turner. He's got back-to-back walks in this one. So let's see if he can put bat to ball or if they walk him again. Braylon is exactly what an old-timer would describe as lanky in stature. It's a tall young man. It seems like he's got arms and legs for days. Here's the pitch. Takes ball high and in from Wheeler. One ball, no strikes, 1 away, runner on first after the Colton Turner hit. Pickoff attempt, no good. Lamarand back safely. Ball got away from Rager just a little bit for Todd County, but not much, just a few feet. Lamarand stays put on first base. Turner gets a signal from Coach Wilhite out in the third base box. See what the signal is. Lamarand off to a little bit of a better lead now. Let's see if he goes. Nope, stays put. Takes ball high again, does Turner. "11 minutes past the hour, 7-11. I could go for a big gulp right about now. Fouls one off, out of play, does Braylon Turner. That was a good pitch to swing at. Looked like it was well in the zone. Count rolls, 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Go, B.
Back in the box is Braylon. Checking the runner is Wheeler. Here's the pitch. Lemoran goes. It's kind of like a pitch out. And Lemoran in time. That ball went way high and out of the zone. It felt almost like a pitch out to try to give Kemp a chance behind the plate. As count rolls 3-1 now to Braylon. And Lemoran is in there safely at second base. Now he's got to check the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Goes in tight, and that is 3 walks in this game for Braylon Turner. Here comes Easton Kelly.
Number 10, your pitcher, number 10, Easton Kelly.
Easton had a hit in his last at-bat. Everybody moving forward. Shows bunt. Pulls back. Goes ball high. It's 1 ball. No strikes. Nobody. Yeah, 1 out. As Easton lifts one high into foul territory, it is going to make its way into the stands. Fan thought about catching it, wanted to barehand it, and then he just watched it fall down. As I see Landon Satterley out there. Is that him? Is that Satterley?
With the hat on there?
Yeah. That's Eli. Eli Hurt. All these guys got beards. It's hard. I get them mixed up sometimes. I don't see these people enough to know the difference. Bluffs a bunt again, does Kelly. Eli's the local pastor of Church of Christ, isn't he? Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's the middle school baseball coach.
Middle school baseball coach. So I've spoke to him a lot of times, and fantastic guy. As the pickoff attempt at second is no good. Wheeler's set. Looking at the idea of picking it off again, but he throws the pitch this time. We'll call that a good job of framing that pitch there by Kemp. Goes in there for strike 2. So 2-2 count, 1 away. Runners on first and second to Easton Kelly. Liam Heinze on deck. Here's the pitch. Hanging curveball. Thomas has to charge it. Yes, fires it over to Rager, and he does get it there in time to record out number 2. Runners do advance to second and third. And here comes top of the order, Liam Heinze. Now, Heinze, if you remember, had a bases clearing 3 RBI triple in his previous at-bat. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1, outside part of the plate. A 1 count to the top of the order. That one stays a little low in the zone. Ball 1. set up in the back of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Goes low and away for ball 2. Heinze is remarkably patient for a young man just in his sophomore year. Hammered up the middle. 2 runs are going to score. 5 RBIs here tonight for Liam Heinze. So he gets an RBI single there. Now head coach at Todd County wants to come talk over us. Now they're looking at a 7-0 deficit. I would imagine that this will probably spell the end for Wheeler, even though I don't see anybody running in. Yeah, he's going to take the baseball. We're going to see second baseman. That's Jackson. Jacob Jackson, a freshman, take the baseball from him. He's pitched second most amount of innings for Todd County Central with 19 on the season. He's got a 4.05 ERA. Struck out 19, walked 13 on the season. Giving up 23 hits and 22 runs, 11 of those being earned. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to you right after this and see if your Wildcats can do the same against Jackson. Live on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
Jacksonville see it, but he's good. Shortstop, second base. In the field for the Rebels, Wheeler goes to short, Thomas goes to second base.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your live coverage, Franklin Simpson High School's Wildcat Baseball. After Liam Heinze cleared the bases again for his 5th RBI of the game, he's going to steal one from first to second. After a 2 RBI single, he goes on and stretches that one out up to second and gets a stolen base to add to this monstrous game that he's had so far to this point. Jacob Jackson, the freshman, throws strike 1 to Brady Delk. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 away and runner on second. Here's the pitch. Runner goes to third. Does Liam Heinze, and he's going to be in there safe after Kemp bobbles it behind the plate. 2-1 count now. So those wind gusts are rolling through here. Now Jacob Jackson throws off the mound way over the top. Very much so an overhand right pitcher. Kind of an old school, almost the way he throws it, a little reminiscent of Greg Maddox, the way he throws his glove over the top of his head. And Brady Delk walks. Now here comes designated hitter Jackson Gass. Takes ball 1, does Gass. So you got runners on the corners now with 2 away. 7-0 lead here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Ball 2, low and outside. This is the kind of wind where these young men have to hold on to their hats with one hand and get ready with their glove in the other. Runner goes. Sent out to shallow right field. Is it going to get down? It does. An incredible diving attempt as a run scores. Brady Delk stretches it all the way over to third. Wheeler, the former pitcher, made his way to shortstop. And I believe that the shortstop, Thomas, made his way over to second. It's the way that all shaped up. And Wheeler got some turf in his eyeball, I believe, asking the umpire for help. I think he's okay now. Got it all worked out. Incredible diving attempt out there by Wheeler. I mean, that was strong effort by the senior. I mean, that would have made SportsCenter top plays had he caught it. Now Carson Kelly takes ball one outside as our friend on a motorcycle goes flying by about the same time. Runners on the corners yet again for the Wildcats in an 8-0 lead. And Jackson Gass goes, and he looks like he might be out. There's going to be a play at the plate, and Brady is safe. And a 9-0 lead after the Wildcats pull off the double steal. Now, if Carson Kelly can find some green grass, I don't know if there'd be anything holding Jackson Gass at third base. And it might find its way to the gap. And there goes Jackson Gass. It is bobbled. There's not going to be a play at the plate, and he is safe. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 10-0. Your Wildcats walk it off on a Carson Kelly hit between short and third. Great job there by your Wildcats. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to be a marathon broadcast tonight like it was on Friday. That's the ball game, folks. Your Wildcats walk it off with back-to-back innings, 5 runs each in the bottom of the fourth and the bottom of the fifth. But the star of this one was most definitely a 5 RBI outing for Liam Heinze. Fantastic effort by our Wildcats. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate our producer back in studio, Lyric. We're all going home early, trying to beat some of this wind and rain before it starts up hopefully around 10 o'clock. Everybody be safe. Batten down the hatches for this wind coming through. All right, we'll join you later this week. I think I'm going to be back with you on Thursday, but stay tuned to our socials. We will do our best to get it out there for a softball call on Thursday. So thank you for joining us once again. My name's Cody Schuler. Everybody stay safe tonight. You've been listening to Wildcat Baseball live on 92.3 WS.